Young people don't want to work. They don't feel that they should have to work. And part of this, I think, is because they're being indoctrinated in the universities and by pop culture to believe in socialism. And under socialism, no one is supposed to have to work or really expend any effort. All you have to do is demand equality of results, even if you have non equal inputs. So if you don't work, but somebody else works, you're supposed to get paid the same as they do. That's socialism and even, well, communism as well. But we're seeing this, and other people, other companies all across the world are seeing this as well. There's a generational shift that's very dramatic. And you see, for example, these people complaining who are Amazon warehouse workers. They complain a lot. They don't think they should have to work in a warehouse. Today's kids don't think they should have to mow lawns to earn money. Like I did when I grew up, I mowed lots of lawns. Today, they just go online to GoFundMe.com and they beg for money. There's this entitlement mentality combined with a kind of generational laziness that makes this entire generation, with some exceptions, I know there are still some outstanding individuals who are bucking the trend, but across the board, the masses of the generation are simply not willing to work. I think it's also because they were raised on screens. And when you're playing video games and you're watching movies and you're engaged in Snapchat and Facebook all day long, you have this idea of instant gratification. You're not you're not used to working for something that takes a long time to achieve. That's why we've seen the scandal of college admissions, for example. These rich white girls, liberal parents, Hollywood celebrities, actors, elitists, and so on. All these people, they don't think that they should have to actually study and take the college entrance exam and earn their way into a university. They think that they should just be able to buy their way into it. And that's what they did. And they even had pictures of them photoshopped, their faces photoshopped onto athletes that were rowing the boats to get on the crew team, which is a boat rowing team at Yale and other places. These people couldn't row if their life depended on it, but they made it onto the rowing team. Why? How do they do this? What's going on here? Again, because they don't believe they should actually have to work or earn anything. Now, if you really project this, extrapolate it, you also see elitist bureaucrats in government. They believe the rules don't apply to them, that they should be able to earn lots of money and have lots of power without actually having to earn it. They don't believe in meritocracy. They believe in elitism. So this is something that goes all the way up into the darkest, deep towers, let's say, of the deep state bureaucracy in the government, but it's also something that's being taught to children. And the ramifications of this are very dangerous for society. When society stops rewarding people who put in hard work and effort and starts instead rewarding people who take shortcuts and commit fraud and who cheat on everything, you really have a collapse of basic social contracts, the glue that keeps societies together. You've got the merit-based system is supposed to reward people for putting in hard work and for creating new ideas and launching new businesses and creating abundance, innovating. That's what keeps societies alive. That's how we've created so much efficiency in the economy. That's how we've created an incredible lifestyle of wealth today compared to even just 100 years ago. Today's poorest people in America have more material wealth than even many of the wealthy people from 100 years ago. And they've got plenty of food. You can see even many people who are poor, they get food stamps, they get welfare, they have enough food that many of them are actually clinically obese at this point. So you don't have people being punished for not working. Almost no one is being punished for lack of effort or lack of ideas. And at the same time, then you have the radical left-wing individuals like Ocasio-Cortez saying that we should tax corporations at 90% and we should tax individuals at 70 to 80%. Now think about the message that this sends. If you're someone who wants to put in effort and time and work and produce something and invest in your ideas and invest in a business and grow it and provide jobs to others, Ocasio-Cortez says that you have to turn over 80% of what you earn to people like her, who would use it to pay out free benefits to those who refuse to work. That's actually part of her Green New Deal, by the way. It's to give all this money to people who are, quote, unwilling to work. That was in the first draft of the plan. Unwilling to work. Not just incapable of working, but actually unwilling to work. But this is what socialism pushes, is the confiscation of wealth and productivity and capital from the people who are producers of society and redistributing it to those who are the consumers who don't produce as much as they consume and who just want to be given free everything. And so now the Democrats, especially those who are running for president in 2020, they're saying, hey, free Medicare for all. Well, this is just another freebie, another redistribution of wealth into the hands of those who haven't earned it. And they say that they want equality. But do you realize that in order to produce equal results, the government would have to treat people unequally? In other words, the government would have to punish certain people who are producers and reward people who are not producers in order to create equal outcomes. So if you want the outcome of everybody to be the same, that everybody has the same amount of money, you have to drive all the producers into poverty. You have to have poverty for all, because you can't have wealth for all. There's not enough money in the world to create wealth for all. And how would you even divide it up? Would you say everybody's rich? Well, why would anybody work? Why would anybody produce anything? Why would anybody go to any job? You would have a total collapse of the economy. So the only way to create equality is to have equal poverty. And that's why the tax policies of Democrats are designed to punish producers, punish people who earn money or who create wealth, who create ideas. That's what it's all about. But again, this extends all the way down to the youth, where now businesses all around the world are having so much trouble hiring people. No one thinks they should have to work. Amazon is moving to automation for their warehouses as quickly as they can. They're investing, I don't know how many millions, it's probably hundreds of millions in robots to replace human workers, because the human workers there, they're making $14, $15 an hour in some cases, depending on the city, but they don't believe they should have to work. And they complain about having to work. They complain about having a job. Well, the alternative is they're going to be replaced by robots. And companies like Amazon can't wait to do that, because robots don't complain. Robots don't engage in sexual assault of coworkers. Robots don't fail to show up because they're high or they took drugs or they, whatever excuse, have a flat tire. Robots do the job without complaining, which is why robots and automation systems are going to be replacing humans everywhere. So if you are running a business, or you own a business, or you're investing in a business, I want you to be aware that we are losing the worker class in America. And the president is not allowing the importation of enough legal workers to cover the gaps. And the American youth, they don't want to work at all. And so the only labor force that's really available for many jobs is illegal labor, which is why illegals are doing the work in agriculture and in many meat packing plants and probably in some warehouses as well. Americans don't want to do the job. And the same thing's true for young Japanese and young Europeans and so on. They just don't want to do the work. So this is a trend that is going to have huge repercussions long term for our society. Think about what I've said here. The way you and I were brought up, if you're close to my age, I'm 50, the way we were brought up was hard work. We had a work ethic. Today, that's no longer true at all. It's a socialism, entitlement mentality everywhere. And that is not going to sustain a prosperous nation, period. So thank you for listening. Read my website, newstarget.com. Mike Adams, Health Ranger here. Support our work by purchasing lab-verified products at the Health Ranger store. That's healthrangerstore.com. Take care. Most of the vitamin C available on the market today is made from genetically modified corn. If you want non-GMO vitamin C, get it from the Health Ranger store. We are certified non-GMO, lab-tested for heavy metals, glyphosate, microbiology, and a lot more. Check out our non-GMO vitamin C at healthrangerstore.com. Thank you for watching. If you want to support our mission, visit us at healthrangerstore.com for the world's largest selection of lab-verified superfood and nutritional products for healthy living. It's at healthrangerstore.com.